Hello, this is Mr. Price, and this is your video for your second homework task of this year. And this one is all about problem solving involving coordinates. Now, this might initially be a bit of a tricky task, so once you see me do a few, you maybe might want to use what I'm doing to help you with the final ones. Okay, so once you kind of get the idea, pause the video and give it a go for yourself, and then you can check your answers again afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to use a method notation. Now, you could have possibly started to do a few of these through some trial and error and just playing with some numbers and some grids. Okay, now with the exception of one of the clues, we shouldn't need to do too much drawing here, as long as we write down exactly what we know. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to look at our first clue here. Now we've got the y coordinate of p can be found by doubling the x coordinate of p and then adding 3. Okay, now I'm going to label my first coordinate p. Now I'm told that the y coordinate can be found by doing something to the x coordinate. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say that the coordinate for p is going to be px and then py. Now I know there's a link between the x coordinate of p and the y coordinate of p, and it tells us that we double the x coordinate and then add 3. So I take my x coordinate, I multiply it by 2, so 2 lots of px, and then add 3. So at the moment my p coordinate is px and 2px plus 3. Now, don't worry that we haven't solved this yet. We're going to come back to this once we've got some more clues. But I've rewritten the first sentence in algebra. Let's have a look at another one. Now, I know that t is the midpoint of p and s. So, coordinate p is found by the midpoint of p and s. So I know to find a midpoint, I need to add my x coordinate for p and my x coordinate for s and divide by 2. And for the y coordinate, I add the y coordinate of p and the y coordinate of s and divide by 2. Okay, now slowly and surely I'm going to get more and more information, and I'm going to be able to start to work backwards and get all of my numbers. Now, the next clue is the points Q, R, S and U form a square. And this is a fairly complicated one. I'm going to come back to that one afterwards. I'm going to see if I can find some easier ones to start off with. Okay, my next clue. The x coordinate of P is the only even prime number. Fantastic. So I know that the x coordinate of P is going to be equal to the only even prime number, and I know the only even prime number is 2. I can substitute that in and start to solve this one, but I'm going to use all the clues first before I solve. Now this might be a good time to pause the video, see what I've done. I've converted my clues into algebraic equations, okay, and or I should say expressions. Okay, now here I'm given a clue of one of my values, so I can substitute this into there, and I can substitute this into here and work out the p coordinate here. And I can start to do the same for the t coordinate as well. So this might be a good time to give it a go for yourself and then check your answers afterwards. Okay, let's get some more clues. On my next clue, S has the y coordinate 3. So S, we don't know the x coordinate left yet, I'm going to leave that blank. And the y coordinate is 3. It's given that one to us for free for us. Okay, nice and simple one there. Okay, I'm told R has an x coordinate of 1. So I'm going to label R, and that is an x coordinate of 1. Next clue, another point U has coordinates 4, 6. So this one's very straightforward. U is just 4, 6. Next one. The y coordinate of S is 1 less than its x coordinate. So this one's involving S. So here, this is the y coordinate, and we know that is 1 less than its x coordinate. So therefore, this one must be 4, because now it's 1 less than its x coordinate. So I've been given the whole of the s coordinate as well. Another clue, the y coordinate of r is greater than the y coordinate of q. So the way I'm going to write this one down is the y coordinate of r, so r y is greater than the y coordinate of q. So q y. Okay, apologies about that, just had a slight interruption there. I can't remember quite where I got up to. So this clue, the y coordinate of r, observe how I'm writing this. So ry, the y coordinate of r, is greater than the y coordinate of q. Okay, and we might need to use that later. Final one, q and r lie on the same vertical line. Now here I'm just going to draw a separate graph here just to illustrate what that will look like. So I know a vertical line goes like this. So if they lie on this line, if I pick any points along here, okay, and if I just finish off the grid here, okay, the x coordinate of all of these is always going to be the same. So these coordinates here are all going to be the same. So that's for a vertical line. So here, how can I write this if all of the x coordinates are going to be the same for q and r? Very straightforward. So q and r, so the x coordinate of q and the x coordinate of r are going to be equal. And now we've used all the hints and clues with the exception of this one, which we will come back to. If you've got this far, I would really recommend now pausing the video and using substitution to see how many of these you can find. Remember, we want to find the coordinates of P, Q, R, S, and T. So I've got hints for all of them with the exception of Q so far. So we've got P, R, S, T, and a bonus coordinate here, U, which is used in this clue here. Okay, let's start to use substitution now. So let's look at this one. P is found from Px and 2Px plus 3. Now I now know that Px is 2. So using substitution, coordinate P is going to be 2, and then 2 lots of 2, which is 4, plus 3, which is 7. So the coordinate P is 7. Okay. An alternative way that we can look at that is that P was 2 and then 2 lots of whatever Px was, which we knew was 2, plus 3. And in that bit there evaluates to 7. Okay, so that's P done. Let's see what we can do with T. So we know that T is Px, which we now know is 2, plus Sx, which we know is 4, divided by 2, and then Py, which we just worked out was 7, plus Sy, which is 3, divided by 2, and now we can work this out. So 2 plus 4 is 6, divided by 2, 3, so that's 3, and then 7 plus 3 is 10, divided by 2, 5. So the coordinate of T is 3, 5. We've done P, we've done T, and we've been given S. Okay, So now we need to look at Q and R. Now at the moment I've got some of R but not all of it. I'm going to look at my clues here and see that I've got no more information really that I can work with. So now I need to use my final clue, which is the points Q, R, S and U form a square. Now this one's a little bit more complicated, so we're going to sketch what this looks like. So I'm going to put a pair of grid in here. So I know that I need points Q, R, S and U. Now I've got S, I've been given S, so let's plot this one. So 4, 3, it's going to be about here somewhere. So that's S, that's 4, 3. Do I have U? I've been given U. So that is at, U is at 4, 6. So that's point U. Okay, now I know that my final points, Q and R, form the final two vertices of my square, so the corners of the square. So I already know that this line here is a bit of a square, and I can see that the length of this line is 6 subtract 3. Okay, so the length of this line is 3. So I know the remaining lengths of the lines are also going to be 3 because it's a square. But I don't know whether to draw the square this way to the left or this way to the right. So this is where I need to look back at my clues, and I can see that the R coordinate needs to be bigger than the Q coordinate, and that QX is equal to RX. Have I given anything else? Oh, sorry, and I've just noticed that the R coordinate starts with a 1. So I know if that's 1 there, so I know that my final 2 points are going to go to the left. So I can actually put my points in here now. Okay, so that's going to go like this, that's going to go like that, and that's going to go like this. And they're all going to be 3. So I know that this point has to be 1, 3. So one of my points is going to be 1, 3. And my other point is going to be 1, 6. But I don't know which way round this goes. Okay, I don't know which point is Q. And I'm not sure which one is R. Okay, so let's look back at the clues. I know that the y coordinate of R is bigger than the Q coordinate. So whichever y coordinate has the biggest number is going to be R, which is that one. So this one is R, and this one is Q. So let's put those in now. So R needs to be 1, 6, and Q has to be 1, 3. And that is all the coordinates. 4, 3, 1, 6, 4, 6, 1, 3, 2, 7, and 3, 5. And that's his job done. Okay, if you're feeling adventurous, I would very much be interested to see if you can make up your own set of mystery coordinate clues. But that is this homework done, and thank you for watching.